no. I left my ATM card at home. How will I withdraw cash?
Relax. Use EcoBank Express Cash. Just generate a code on your phone and withdraw from any EcoBank ATM. No card needed.
Wow! That's banking made easy.
Go cardless with EcoBank Express Cash. EcoBank, a better way to get cash on the go.
The transformative journey of the Zambia Revenue Authority is anchored on the commitment to contributing to Zambia's economic growth and sustainable development through enhanced revenue mobilization and trade facilitation. To achieve this, our strategy is anchored on 4 strategic pillars and their respective key results areas. Number 1, tax compliance for enhanced revenue collection. Number 2, customer focus and collaboration. Satisfied and knowledgeable taxpayers. Number 3, process efficiency for simplified, efficient and reliable business systems. And lastly, right people for committed, competent and high-performing workforce.
The Business Snapshot on 88.5 Sun FM.
Welcome to the Business Snapshot. We give you everything that you need to know in the world of business. We started off with the current exchange rates, where the United States dollar is buying at 23 kwacha 15 ngwe and selling at 23 kwacha 15 ngwe. The Great British Pound is buying at 31 kwacha 35 ngwe and selling at 31 kwacha 43 ngwe. The Euro is buying at 26 kwacha 99 ngwe and selling at 27 kwacha 5 ngwe. The South African Rand is buying at 1 kwacha 31 ngwe and selling at 1 kwacha 31 ngwe. We take a look at some stories that are making headlines in the world of business as Zambia records a 17.78 surge in copper production in the second quarter of 2025. Mines and Minerals Development Minister Paul Kabuswe has disclosed that the copper production in the second quarter this year increased by 17.78% from 373,263.9 metric tons during the same period last year to 439,644.21 metric tons. And Mr. Kabuswe says government has so far purchased 13.9 kgs of gold as of June 2025. Addressing the media in Lusaka at the second quarter 2025 performance of the mining sector, Mr. Kabuswe has attributed the increase in copper production to good policies in the sector implemented by President Hakainde Hichilema. He has signaled out Konkola Copper Mines, KCM, Kansashi and Mopani Copper Mine as having contributed significantly to 17.78% overall increase in copper production. The minister has explained that copper production at KCM increased from 808 metric tons to 35,000 metric tons, representing over 3,000%, while Mopani's copper production increased to 27,500 metric tons in 2025 from 17,000 metric tons in 2024. Meanwhile, Mr. Kabuswe announced that the Minerals Regulation Commission is now in force following a statutory instrument issued on June 13, 2025, operationalizing its establishment. In more stories, the disposal of expired drugs likely to affect our donor funding, as economist Nova Kabwita says ZAMSA's disposal of expired medicines and supplies worth 129 million kwacha is likely to affect donor funding in the health sector. Mr. Kabwita says that government must consider engaging foreign investors in the consideration and construction of local and medical manufacturing and processing industries to avoid wastage of medicines. Recently, ZAMSA announced that it was in the process of disposing of medicines and medical supplies worth 129 million kwacha. Between 2021 and 2022, ZAMSA disposed medical supplies amounting to 260 million kwacha. Commenting on this, in an interview on Tuesday, Kabwita noted that Zambia's health sector was heavily reliant on donor funding, stated that huge disposals painted a bad picture of Zambia being wasteful as a country. Now we take a look at some international stories that are making headlines as we see, or even more stories. First, we go to the mobile money scams, a threat to financial inclusion. Now, the Payments Association of Zambia says the increase in mobile money scams is a threat to financial inclusion in the country that has worked hard to achieve. Recently, during the Ukusefya Pangona traditional ceremony in Northern Province, President Hakainde Hichilema expressed worry over the increasing number of mobile money scams, cybercrime and cyberbullying, especially our youngest women and girls. Commenting on this in an interview, PAE's Chief Executive Officer Robert Perry said mobile money scams were a threat to citizen security and undermine trust in financial services. Now, it looks like undermining this in a rapid use in mobile money scams is threatening citizen security, undermining trust in financial services, and risking Zambia's hard-won progress in financial inclusion. Now we move on to some international stories that we have today on the market as Intel shares jump after report of possible US stake and chip maker. Now, shares in Intel jumped by more than 7% on Thursday, following reports that Trump administration is in talks to take a stake in the chip maker. Now, the reported deal was a world and would be supported by the technology firm's plan to build a manufacturing hub in Ohio, according to Bloomberg, which said it sees till the potential stake is not clear. White House spokesperson Kush Desi says the discussion about hypothetical deals should be regarded as speculation unless official announcement by the administration. The article comes days after a meeting between two and the Intel boss Lip Tan and US President Donald Trump, who said or had earlier accused Mr. Tan of being highly conflicted due to his earlier ties to China. They have contacted Intel for a comment, but none available. According to Bloomberg, the firm's spokesperson declined any comment to the discussion, saying Intel is deeply committed to supporting President Trump's effort to strengthen US technology and manufacturing leadership. The details of the stake and the price are still being discussed, the report said. The reported move was to build a lifeline for Intel, offering a company funding from government and its support, said tech analyst David Nicholson in the Future Group, a market research firm. The storied chipmaker has struggled in recent years after failing behind an AI race, with rival leaping ahead, and Intel stock value market has more than halved to $104 billion since 2020. The deal would signal a deeper intertwining of the government and private business in the US, following a trend seen elsewhere in places like China, Mr. Nicholson said. These are some of the stories that are making headlines in the world of business. More is yet to come. Good afternoon.
The Business Snapshot on 88.5 Sun FM.